16 damage. Because if the building is 400 resistance and you drop a bomb on it, it always goes down. So that must mean each bomb itself individually does 316 damage, which would make sense due to the fact that it kills light infantry and light AA so quick, and it insta one-shots all of those units, including buildings. So like I said, if you send 3 bombers, send recon and your fighter bombers or / Spitfires. If you can send a big swarm of air together, you'll get at least 2 or 3 bombing runs out of it, and you should be able to take down the opponent very quickly. The next unit's a Lancaster. Now, I don't really recommend building the Lancaster unless you just feel like completely steamrolling the opponent. There's no point. I understand it says it's 20% faster, but there's really no point to spend the extra $25 unless you really feel like steamrolling the opponent. Or the thing also is, there's a good thing about this is that if you're gonna go for an HQ bombing run, then you need to get the Lancaster because it does 500 damage to all light units on the ground, and it does pretty much just under double damage extra for each other tank. So if you're gonna go for an HQ bomb run, then you're gonna want to get the Lancaster because it's only $25 extra. If you make 3 of these, I'm pretty sure 3 Lancasters will kill an HQ. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 1000% sure, but I'm pretty sure. Like I'm 99 out of 1000% sure that it will take 3 Lancasters to drop an HQ, but I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong often, so I could be wrong. I believe, I think an HQ has 1200 resistance. I believe. I think it's got triple resistance. But regardless, I think at least 3 Lancasters will get the job done, and it will kill an HQ. So unless you're going for an HQ bombing run, then maybe make 4 or 5 Lancasters just to be safe, in case 1 or 2 go down or the 3 bombers aren't successful. So only make Lancasters if if you're going for that HQ bombing run. Only make them if you're going for the HQ bombing run, just because there's no point to spend the extra $25 if you're just going to be bombing AA nests or AA units, infantry units, and other buildings. Unless you're going for that critical HQ kill. If you kill the HQ and he has no other HQ, you pretty much won the game, because he cannot ruse, he cannot make any more buildings. So if you bomb another building, he cannot make another one, which means he cannot make any defenses, field defenses, and eventually you'll pretty much expose all of his units due to the fact that he can't cover his buildings up anymore. So you can just bomb his buildings at free will, and which will expose all of his units, which will pretty much get you a GG. So unless you're getting the Lancaster just for HQ bombing runs, then you can get it, go crazy, get it for the Lancaster, or for the HQ bombing run only. The rest, use the Wellington. It will do the job of the Lancaster, no problem. For $25 you don't need to, you can spend that on another Spitfire, or spend it on another Wellington bomber, plus an extra $5. So like I said, Lancaster only for HQ bombing runs, or if you're going to steamroll the guy and make him look bad, but that's about it. What else? So yeah, Wellington, use it often if you can. You're probably going to lose the first one, maybe even the second one, so make sure you have at least 3 at the very minimum attacking at once. You can also increase your chances of the bombing run being successful if you send recon planes. I send at least 2 every time when I'm doing an attack, because in case that first one goes down, you want the second one there to help. So if you send 2 recon planes, maybe like 1 or 2 Spitfires and 1 or 2 Typhoons with 3 bombers, even if you lose a bomber, or if you lose a Typhoon, we don't want to lose a Typhoon really, that's the last probably unit you want to lose is a Typhoon. But if you lose a Spitfire, no big deal, because at least those 3 bombers will do their runs, be able to kill everything, and then you can just either make more and send another attack out right away, or wait for your bombers to refill and then push out again. Just stuff like that. Just make sure your air's together, so at least it'll take the flak or the AA shots. The other units take the AA shots for you, and you get those Wellingtons in there or Lancasters in there to finish off the opponent. Now you want to go to the prototype base. We have the Skink, a very good weapon actually. This thing is very good for just an anti-aircraft gun. It's got 3 armor. It does it's $50 to upgrade though, right off the bat, plus another $45 just to make. So unless you're going against possibly another British player, this would be something you make if you're playing another British player and your air dies. If your air dies, now you have no air, and now they have a ton of it. This is like this is pretty much the unit you have to get, because you're gonna sort of end up being forced. Because if you keep trying to, you can either make a ton of air and eventually catch up, or you can make Skinks and kill his air. Because if they have a lot, if their fighters are mostly made up of just Spitfires and they don't have a lot of Typhoons in their army, or they have a ton of bombers and they have a ton of Spitfires, then their army's useless against the Skink, because the Skink only will die by anti-tank, tank, or Typhoon, or a Hurricane if there are a couple of them. So pretty much, if you have the Skink, if you're getting your air dominated by another air player, another UK player, then make a couple Skinks. It's worth the money. If you get 2 or 3 of these things destroy air. It's got 550 meter range. It actually does 62 to infantry, 62 to trucks, and 62 to buildings. But it does 62 attack to air. That is a huge number. It does more damage to air than the Spitfire does to air. So this unit will completely obliterate air. And it's got the armor upgrade, so it can take a bit of fire against it. It can get attacked by infantry. It'll take down infantry real quick. It does a ton of damage against that air. So if you get your air crushed by a better British player, and you need to get something to stop that air, so now you can have the advantage, make those Skinks. I know they're very expensive. I know it's $80 or $90 just for 2 of them, plus the $50 upgrade, but they're much worth it. 550 meter range is almost the maximum range in this game for any tanked unit or anti-tank unit. So the fact that you can shoot that plane from so far away before it even gets to you, that means you can kill that fighter bomber. If you have 2 of these, you'll kill the fighter bomber so fast before it even touches you. You can probably even have a chance to kill the second one right behind it without even taking any losses. So you can pretty much get 2 Typhoon kills on most likely a 2v2. 2v2, you can probably get 2 Typhoon kills, which means they're losing $80 and you're going to only lose $45. That is just an extra step to getting your air dominance back in the game. I know it costs a lot of money to get them, but it makes sense, and it's of good value buy if you're getting your air crushed by someone else's other air. I would recommend getting this unit by far. Almost done here. Before hopefully I don't lose my voice before I finish this commentary. On the AVRE, really good assault gun. It's got a level 5 armor, so it's pretty much a Churchill. And they replaced the cannon on it and turned it into an assault gun with artillery shells. Does 45 damage to infantry, 43 to trucks, and 43 to buildings. It has a 700 meter range. This is actually further. The Sexton is 1200 meter range, and the other howitzers are 1600 and 1200 as well. So this is a unit where you're pushing on the enemy. You do not make this unit for sit in your base and shell the guy kind of unit. This is an attack unit only, in my opinion, because this is the unit where you are halfway to their base and you're in the middle of the map, and now you need to start shelling them to put some pressure on. This is not a building, this is not a unit, defensive unit. This is not a unit where you can get across the map kills with it. This is pretty much, I'm attacking with whatever I have, and I need to take out infantry or AA or AT